It has only been a few days since Toge seized control of Lübeck, but times are changing fast for the aging Viking, who now needs to find a place as a count and a ruler in between big forces such as Denmark and also the Holy Roman Empire. He might need to consider swearing some kind of fealty to someone if he and his family is to survive. I mean, now when he is established and he got a title and maybe a bit of a fortune that could come with it, I think the dynasty needs to do something, otherwise it could be snapped from his fingertips as fast as he actually gained it. The first thing he could do to try and avoid such destiny is to seek an alliance, while also guaranteeing his lineage, which is exactly what he did when we last time left him in the last episode, by forcing his daughter Åse into a marriage with an unknown handsome Scottish man, bringing both traits, an alliance, and a claim to the table. Our daughter Åse is married off, right? It's done and dusted. It's a couple of days later, and yeah, she got married to this guy's brother, and that means, as we can see over here in the news feed, that we also have a newly formed alliance with Earl Waltorf Svitsson or Sveitsson or Sivatsson or whatever his name is. So I don't think she's gonna like it that much, but she gotta deal with it. Is she actually still in our court? I don't think. Yeah, she is actually, because it is a matrilineal one. So that was the important thing, that it was matrilineal. So he's also gonna be our knight. He doesn't like us very much, but you know, what can we do about that? But yeah, we do have another knight as well now. 14 prowess, not too bad actually. And I also did start, in between episodes here, I did start to not convert, but actually marry off some of our knights. I will do more of them. Marry them into Norwegians, Danish, Swedish, so we can actually have some more players or more people in our court that are Danish or at least Norse in some kind of way, which is kind of cool. But that is of course a big I mean, I wouldn't say it's a very important, this alliance, but it is of course important in some way. Now, what I also was talking about before is that we might want to sway, or not sway, but kind of, I don't know, maybe we want to be part of Denmark, or maybe we want to be part of the Holy Roman Empire, because otherwise there is a very big likelihood that one of them is gonna attack us. And if that happens, we could actually lose it all, and by that also lose the save. So we have to think about that. We do have to think about that. We don't need to make the decision right here and now, but maybe we do need to make it inside this episode. But for now, let's just hit the unpause and see what happens down the road. Well, there we go. We do have more of these marriages coming in, which is all good. There we go. Another one is coming in. That is just another of our knights getting married off. The counselor actually and the marshal getting married. That's really cool. We are forcing them into marriages. So there we go. Right, so I did make a small mistake here. I guess one of them I forgot to put in the matrilineal or something like that, but we actually lost both of our steward and spymaster. I guess because she was a woman, she would leave our court because she was getting married. That makes sense, but I don't know about the steward, what happened here, but I need to be a little bit more careful because we don't have a lot of people to go by. We do have Donald, actually. Maybe we will give him the chance. We could make him in the spymaster. Maybe not, actually. We kind of want a man in the steward's area because we do have a lot of women who can go into the spymaster area. I think Donald could be okay. I mean, he's not great in there, but I feel like it's probably the best one we can put in there right now. And it will also make him like us slightly better because he's on the council, but of course he doesn't like us, but it is what it is. And a new spymaster, well, we could assign, well, actually also Donald, but probably not. I guess we'll assign this courtier right here and then make sure that we are not really, you know, just releasing her by marrying her off into another court. That is probably really stupid. But as we can see here, we do have a lot of females that are not married. But you know what? We don't need to marry them off. It's more important when it comes to our council members that they are married to some kind of Danish character. And right now, I believe most of them are. This girl is, of course, Norwegian. let's check out this guy. He's married to a Danish girl, or woman, that is really, really cool. And this guy, also a Danish one. So that is kind of how we're dealing with getting courtiers that are Danish right now until we have converted our culture and also our faith. So it should be all right, and until then, well, they're gonna hate us, and we can't really deal with that in any other way. So it is what it is. The endless clash of metal on metal, the chapping of armor, the sting of sweat, it is a dance that is familiar, as it is exhausting to the heft of my axe. Attack, dodge, defend, and repeat. Maybe it would do me good to practice my skill with another weapon. Well, it's been well over how long time? Probably over a month now since we actually took over here. So maybe he do like to go out and exercise a little bit now. Me and my trusted axe will not part. Let's end the monotone. What? The monotony. Hand me another weapon. Oh, he want another weapon. So he would actually gain martial lifestyle experience by doing that. But I think he would just trust his axe. To be honest, I think he will just trust his axe. We're gonna go with that one for sure. The months are absolutely passing by here now. We are at the 4th of May in 67, and nothing is really happening except from two things, right? One is that our wife is sick with a severe illness. That is, of course, never a great thing. Of course not. I think that probably ends the idea of getting another child. At least with our first wife, that is. The other thing is, now that Toge has had kind of a lot of months to reflect on being a count and, you know, finding himself in the situation of having an alliance from, you know, is it called Northumbria? I think it is, over here in England, which is kind of cool, but the more he thinks about it, the more he miss home, right? He's a Dane. He definitely miss being at home. Now, he thought, like I said, a lot of months about this, and he could definitely swear fealty to the Roman Empire. That would be fairly good to do. Maybe learn some German, some High German or Low German or whatever they speak down there right now. I don't even know. That would be fairly good because it is a really big neighbor. But as a Dane, and also probably more likely finding friends inside of Denmark, he has decided right after his wife got ill to also getting more and more concerned about someone, you know, attacking him. He's gonna swear fealty to the Kingdom of Denmark, to the prince, or the king, sorry, the King Sven II, who seems to have lost his wife as well recently, maybe? No, not really. Not really. But anyway, he have decided to swear fealty to the King of Denmark. Oh, and we even get to decide that we can go for low feudal obligations, which is perfect. That means we don't really contribute a whole lot to the Danish king. That is fantastic for us. Now, there is only one problem with doing this, and that is we will gain 50 stress, because he is ambitious. And ambitious people don't really tend to like to do this, but he's ambitious enough and also clever enough to understand that being alone in the world right here, especially right next to the Holy Roman Empire, Denmark, and also a couple of really powerful Palmerinian duchies, he won't survive on his own. It's just no two ways about it. He knows that he has to do something, and it's been a couple of months now thinking about it, and he has to do it. He has to swear fealty to the crown of Denmark, which will probably... Nothing happened? No. Oh, there we go. New leash. I was just about to say, what is going on? My leash. So, yeah, we do gain the stress, which is not really a concern because we didn't have any stress at all to begin with, so it is fine. It is fine. But we are now part of the Kingdom of Denmark, which, to be honest, is pretty good. There is only one thing that I personally, as the player, don't really like about being part of Denmark, and that is that there is elections, the Scandinavian elective, but so is there. I mean, there is not a Scandinavian elective, but there is an elective for the Holy Roman Empire as well. So in that case, it didn't really matter what we chose. But I feel like I don't feel like it's the best mechanic in the world, but we have to deal with it. It's okay. It's okay. I can probably deal with it. So, because we do that, we can also endorse and also partition the leash. I think we're gonna go with probably partition first here and go into the royal court of the Kingdom of Denmark, which is, I don't actually know where we are in Denmark right now, probably Copenhagen, but whatever. So what we can do here is partition the leash with just showing up, basically. And we can choose a partition and try and sway him to give us something. We can sponsor a priest, which would actually not be terrible, because we are trying to make them, but it's not that important. We can fortify the borders. I don't even know exactly what that's gonna do. Doesn't really say. Strengthen your borders, counties, yeah, whatever that means. Resettle subjects, so we could transfer some of the capital's population to our own town. I don't see how that's gonna work right. I mean, we don't really need population right now in terms of where we are. I don't feel like we need that. We haven't lost anyone, so it's not important. Or we could try and get the council appointment. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna give us that one, but you know what? Out of those that we have available here, open a mint would be good, but we can't do that. But yeah, the council appointment seems like the most obvious choice to me, so we're gonna go with that and see what he says. I am escorted into King Sven's throne room, where he beckons for me to approach and address him. So yeah, I electucate. What? Electucate? What is that word? Electuate. What an absolutely shitty word to use. I don't even know what it means. I have never seen that before in my life. So whatever that means. Proven and otherwise, that makes me suitable candidate to be the king's marshal. Oh, okay, that's okay. Now I get it. Now I kind of understand what it means. Requesting the position as his advisor, I certainly cannot do any worse than the Duke of Jutland. Oh, the Throw God. We have actually, the last time I played the game, that's not true, but the last time I made a save on YouTube, I think we actually played as this guy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think so. After listening to the speech, he sits in silence for several moments as he mulls my partition over. Okay. Eventually he addressed me. You make some good arguments, but if I am to agree to your request, I will need something in return. Surely, you see, it would benefit both of us if we could come to an agreement. Oh, okay. I mean, we are brave. We are brave and we are wrathful and we are ambitious, right? Okay, so we definitely want this appointment. So what is the fair offer here? King Sven gains a weak hook on us. Ah, that's not great. So, but he do appoint us marshal. And we gain 10, or he gains 10 opinion of us. And we also gain some renown. Are you kidding me? I am pushed to my limits as it is. This is actually a tough choice, isn't it? I think he would actually, I think because he's brave and also ambitious, I don't think he would accept an offer like this and let the king get a weak hook on him. No, I think he's actually, I think he wants to explain himself a little bit further here. Let's try that. King Sven thinks for a moment, then cries, Horig, I require your counsel on this matter. The nobly born archbishop steps forward, eagerly clutching his robe. Yes, a most delicate affair, my lord. Prince Bishop Ignio, the king's spymaster, watches quietly from the sidelines. If I were to outmaneuver him publicly... Oh, okay. The king turns back to me, his attention already moving elsewhere. I need to do something. So, we have two options. Either we go for a learning challenge against Horig, the bishop, or we go for the possible intrigue outcome against his... Wait, is this the bishop? Oh, this is the bishop. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is not the exactly best options in the world, but I think he would go with intrigue. Or would he? I do think that Toge knows that he's not the most knowledgeable guy in the world, but he could maybe potentially bamboozle someone a little bit. I think we're gonna go with this one, but there is a very big likelihood that it's just gonna end the partition here with 60% chance. I think he's okay with those odds. Let's go for it. And it's... We got the 40%. We rolled the dice and we got the 40% in our favor. So we are now the marshal. And we cannot be removed for 5 years? Perfect. I mean, that's perfect. How much more can we ask for, right? I mean, that's perfect. So the next thing we can do, actually, I think we need to move time a little bit ahead, and then we can probably do the, yeah, there it goes. The homage, where we are just paying something to him. So we can pay a demonstration of, or we can just do the demonstration of submission. We can promise favor. We can increase the obligations. Yeah, I think the most obvious one is demonstrating submission, since we already swear fealty, and we can also demonstrate some submission just to show that we are very much here to stay, right? But we don't really want him to get a favor. We would never do something like that as a... Wow, look at that. We actually got another... we got some kind of shiny armor now. That's pretty cool. Or brunje, as you would call it. But yeah, we are ambitious, so we would never really give him a hook or obligations or anything like that. So, yeah, submission it is. Let's pay homage here and say, Hail the King. So, I'm not going to read all of this out. When I feel like doing it, I'm going to do it, but otherwise, I'm just going to read out mostly these things down here. Dynasty Elvin gains 25 renown. King Sven II gets 10 opinion of you, and we gain 35 prestige back. That was definitely worth it. And hail the king! Absolutely. That was great. And that was a good start to our endeavors inside the Danish kingdoms, I would say. But of course, the Duchy of Jylland up here. Actually, he's not even the Duchy of Jylland. He's just the count. Or maybe he was. Oh yeah, he was the count. Okay, he was the duke up here. So he's actually a duke. We just managed to bamboozle the duke out of his council position. I love that. I love that. Absolutely fantastic. Being a part of Denmark does come with its benefits, but also rivals. Now, what I mean by that is we do have rivals within Denmark, of course, and I have actually pinned all of them right now, and I mean, the most important one is, of course, and he's not really our rival, he's our liege, right? King Sven of Denmark, right? He's probably the main character in here. We have Count Ragnar, who is the Count of Bornholm, which is an interesting character. We also have the Prince Bishop Igni. We actually met him just before inside the throne room. So he's the Bishop in Skåne. He's right over there. And we have Asbjørn of Lolland Falster, an interesting character as well. And then we have Count Skjalm of Fyn. Now, actually, as it turns out, our character actually knows this guy. Because Fyn is very close to where he grew up, Toge. So he actually kind of knows this guy, or at least he know of him, and he might have some plans for this character in the future. We also have Prince Harald, of course, down in Slesvig, and we actually roleplayed that he was our friend. You know, maybe we should consider, I don't know, figuring out if we can become his friend in real, or in the game as well, in the game as well, which could be advantage for us as well, because the dynasty in Denmark, the biggest dynasty is Istrid, right? It's probably the dynasty who is going to be sitting on the Danish throne for, I don't know, hundreds of years to come, probably. And as you know, yeah, the prince is also of that dynasty, of course, being the son of the king. So maybe that could be something. Actually, I forgot to pin this guy. Yeah, we probably like him on the list as well. He's also very important. He's the only guy that doesn't really like us. Of course he doesn't, because we took away his little council positioning, so that is obviously a thing. So what I'm talking about when it comes to Fyn is well, right now, the weakest of our rivals. Count Skjalm is definitely the weakest in there. And already now, right after joining up with Denmark, he is already, Toge is definitely already considering his options. And I did say that we probably wouldn't do a lot of land grabbing, but when opportunities will arise, he definitely, especially him, will take advantage of it, right? His daughter might not, but he, and he is 46 now, he will take advantage of situations. And joining up with the Danish kingdom does make sure that we have a couple of targets now that we could potentially go after. But the main problem with that is it's gonna cost us a lot of money, right? If we were, right now, to go out, and the other thing is there are still 17 months left on the conversion here in the county, so even that, this is like future planning for Toge, very far future, because he also would probably need 80 to 90 gold just to consider making a claim in another county. He cannot just go out and take this county because it's inside Denmark, so he actually needs a claim on it. So it's a long-term kind of investment if he wanted to do this. But there is potential, especially on Fyn, maybe on Lolland Falster, maybe on Bornholm as well. But there are possibilities within Denmark to gain even more land and thereby gaining more for his dynasty before he dies. And that is definitely something he kind of is thinking about for the future. A recent argument between two of my knights, Ludwig and Alexander, has escalated drastically. Apparently they two were playing a game of whatever that name is, and got to argue about the exact rule. In minutes, the board was swept aside and fists were flying. Ah, okay. Now, both knights have openly challenged each other to Holmgang. Oh my god, that's the Holmgang even. Wow, the duel is sure to be dramatic, but as sworn members of my household, they need to have my permission to go ahead with the fight. I mean, Holmgang is a very serious matter, man. That's like to the death, usually. Okay, so let's check out Ludwig here. Ludwig is not the greatest knight in the world. I could do without him, to be honest. And he is Slovanskian and he is Polabian. So we could definitely let him die if it were to happen, right? I wouldn't mind that too much. The other guy is a lisping, and again, I mean, he is our marshal, so that would be annoying to lose him. He got 5 in prowess. Oh boy, how are we gonna deal with this one? How would Toge deal with this? I don't think he would forbid it. Absolutely not. I don't think he would do that. So here's the thing. Would he bet on one of the guys? What would we gain from it? We would gain gold. Okay. I think I'll just let them fight. You know, you can't really stop something like this, right? But apparently they only gain wounded. Okay, that's good at least. They won't die. Holmgang could be to the death, but it could also just be to if one of them surrender. And apparently this is to when one of them is gonna surrender. So the good thing here is none of them will really get annoyed by any of us. But we could also do this, but we would probably lose money that way. And I don't think we can afford 15 gold right now. I think I'll rather just keep my gold. And I think Toge also thinks that. I don't want to bet that much on something that doesn't seem that great to begin with. So I think we'll just let it go and let them fight and see what happens. I think it will trigger another event. You have gained... Okay, wait, hold on. So Alexander wins the Holmgang. So our Marshal and Knight did win the fight, which is probably the best outcome, to be honest. Yeah, definitely the best outcome for us. Which also means that Ludwig is now injured. He could die from his wounds, to be honest. It's not a big wound, it's a small wound. Okay, fair enough. But more importantly, we do have a hook on Alexander. What can we use that hook for, if anything? Number of weak hooks. Can we use that hook for anything? We can imprison him, demand conversion. Now that might actually be worth it. That might actually be worth it. Actually, you know what? I believe we can... I do have the demand total conversion thing, but it seems like it's only our courtiers, not our knights. So in this case, it actually does make sense to demand a conversion here with the hook. There we go. That was pretty good. That event actually turned out to be really good for us because getting him converted to Catholic is definitely making sure that he is getting closer to us in terms of liking us. Because now, yeah, it's only the cultural difference, right? Which is, it is what it is. It is what it is. But hopefully his children will like us a little bit more because those would be Danish. Yeah, those would be Danish. But we'll see. We'll see about that. But apparently he's not part of our court, even being our knight. Because otherwise we would have the selection in here with commands. I don't even see it right now. Issue silver bracelet. Oh, we can open a mint. Oh, we can't do that yet. There is a lot of things that needs to happen before we can do that, apparently. That's okay, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, cool. That was a cool event. And oh, we swayed the bishop, which is also very good. We definitely need him to become a little bit more... yeah, he needs to like us a little bit more, hopefully. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, let's continue on. Let the game just run its course and see what happens here. This is something entirely new. What is going on here? Quimar, the liar, arrives. I have heard the most unusual travelers have arrived in the region. He is known as the Quimar, the liar, and many claim he possesses unrivaled, unparalleled wisdom. Even if some of his advice often refers to bizarre topics or make little sense at times. Oddly, though, many claims he is immensely famous. I have never heard of him before. I have never heard of this guy before. Still given, he is known for his insight. Perhaps I should pay him a visit sometime. Who knows what deep intellectual subjects we might discuss. Even if he is a madman, maybe I could learn a thing or two. Then again, there are those who say I shouldn't associate with those who refer to strange things. Okay. I don't really... I'm just gonna pause the game here because I think this could be a decision, maybe? I don't see it. Oh, yeah, meet with the Quimar, the liar. Okay, so he's from the Far East. Interesting. I don't actually know if that is a event that should be triggering, because would there be travelers from the Far East in the early... in the year of 1067? I don't know. I don't know if that's actually a thing. It's interesting, and I'm very tempted to just do it, just to see what exactly will happen. But I don't think our character, in terms of role-playing, would meet with someone like this. I don't know, should we do it? Cost 150 prestige, and we have no idea what we will gain. I've never seen this event before. It's probably part of one of the mods I have installed. You know what, just for the sake of it, just because I don't know what it's gonna do and I'm kind of curious, and I guess he's, I mean he's brave, so it would be kind of brave meeting with someone like this, I suppose. And we are ambitious, and this could be something that could lead towards something good, or something really bad, who knows. You know what, let's do it, let's try it out. So, what is going on here? Visiting the Quimar the Liar. I arrive in the town where Quimar the Liar is staying. After I set up an appointment to meet with him, I find the tavern where he reportedly frequents. Okay, an intern. It doesn't take me long to notice the elusive gentleman, and I walk over to where he is sitting. Insisting on speaking in a third person, he greets me while twirling his cat-like whiskers. What? What? Okay. Quimar knows much. Tell some. Tell some. Quimar knows many things, others do not. Oh god, this is a madman. What have I done? Let's see what this eccentric fellow knows. Okay, let's see. Weapons and books. Okay. Queen Ma says, why do some rulers bother to display their weapons or books in their royal courts? Queen Ma thinks they mistake their royal courts for an armory or a library. That's actually a quite interesting observation, isn't it? Huh. Okay. Actually, oh, we can click on him. So he's a lunatic? Herculean, beautiful, genius. Hashish, yeah, he smokes it, and a grey eminence. Okay, calm, humble, and honest. Okay, very interesting character, and he's from the Han Dynasty. Okay, but why wouldn't someone show off their prized possession? I guess Toge would say something like that. True, it seems like a waste of those valuable artifacts. Oh, okay, I mean, he would absolutely also say that. I'm not even gonna look at what it actually will give us before I decide what we will take. I think he would say, true, it seems like a waste of those valuable artifacts. So what is it gonna give us? Possible outcome, it could give us martial with 50%, oh, it could, with 16% chance, it could give us 3 martial. Wow. What would the other thing give us? Okay, the same possibility. Okay, that's okay, fair enough. So it didn't really mean anything here, what I chose, but let's go with this one. So what did we gain here? Did we gain anything? I have received word after I paid my visit to Queen Ma, that most eccentric yet wise traveler, he decided to pack up and travel to parts unknown. Rumors has it he left to go search for some fabled legendary calibers of immersed power. Who knows when I will meet this fellow again. That was cool. Okay, I'm pretty happy that we actually did this one, but did we actually gain the martial? I don't see it over here in the event. A news feed. But yeah, what a strange travel that was. That was a cool event. I mean, I should probably more often just take events if I haven't seen them before, I don't remember them, because it's just fun to see stuff like that, right? And it does kind of immerse me into the role-playing quite a bit. Even if it's something that you maybe wouldn't exactly do, then the decisions you can do inside the events are definitely giving us cool storytelling. So anyway, that was cool. Let's move on. What is under siege? Well, what? We are not under siege. What is going on here? What I'm confused. What is this event? What is going on here? And I think probably Toge is considering the same thing here. The true enemy of every soldier is complacency. Ah, okay. My Marshal Alexander says before rearranging his shirt, we are standing side by side up on my castle walls, looking down on the soldiers conducting drills below. Ah, okay, now it makes a little bit more sense, this little event. We could exchange the castle gates for planks of wood and dull the arrows in the troops' quivers. He continues, lead the soldiers in the mock charge against the castle and see how well they do in action. Oh, so you kind of want to, like, make a drill that is very close to real war or a real siege? Okay, I can see why he's going with this. I kind of like the idea. I definitely like the idea. Good idea. You should lead the defenders. Our time is better spent improving our defenses. I think Toge would like that idea. I think the more I play, the more I'm getting into this. I don't really want to see what the outcome is. I kind of want to just go with what Toge probably would take. So, and after that, I will check out what it actually is. So, I think we will say that he can lead the defenders here. So he would actually gain opinion of us, which is good. We definitely want that. What is the other one giving us? Improved defenses, which is also fairly good, but yeah, of course we're gonna go with what Loke would have taken. So, good idea. You should lead the defense. There we go. Cool little events. Oh, it's not done. First charge. A tightly shut gate and walls that loom high into the sky. Archers can be seen as shadows moving behind the battlements, and a feeling of genuine excitement permeates the air. What a shitty word that is. Permeates. Oh, permeates. I didn't read it out correctly here. Permeates the air. Okay. In the lull before battle, I turn and address the soldiers. My order rings out Loud and clear across the field. Right. Charge the main gate, bring out the ladders. Why are we... I thought he was... Wait, what? I thought he was leading the charge here. Or was he leading the defenders? Oh, I was leading the charge and he was leading the defenders then. Oh, okay, I see. I think we're gonna bring out the ladders, right? We're gonna bring out the ladders. The attack progress well. And this would have given me some lifestyle experience. Okay. Possible outcome, 99%. Well, I already decided that I would bring out the ladder, so we're gonna go with that one. Even if it was more efficient going with the other one. Bravado. Battleman Bravado. Taking the final step up until the walls surrounding the castle I survey the scene. Many soldiers may have been lost to the archers. What? Sorry, this is just a drill. It's not a real deal. Jesus. But we will not be deterred. One after another, we overwhelm the defenders and stand victorious over the fallen. I take a deep breath and then it is time to press on again. Everyone with me, archers take up your position, hit them hard, show no mercy. Yeah, we would definitely say hit them hard, show no mercy. This is an act of tyranny. Okay, so we gain 10 dread. The attacks progress very well. Alexander gains the trait wounded. Okay, I mean it is a drill, and knowing that it is a drill, I didn't know that it would do something like that. So basically, this event is playing out how it would when you also have a normal siege, which is kind of extreme. And of course, we won't do that in a situation like this. Toga wouldn't do that in this situation, right? I mean, we wouldn't go to that extreme. So I think we will go with everyone with me. I feel like everyone with me seems like the best option. Yeah, I'm gonna go back on my word here and not take this, because that would be, again, Toga wouldn't do this when he knows it's a drill, and if he knew this would happen, he wouldn't do it. So he would definitely not do that. It's just, I don't feel like this event is actually that great, because it's only a drill. It's not really the real deal. So it seems a little bit odd that this is actually happening in there. But we will go with everyone with me. That was really strange. And this event is really strange because it's not a real war. The stairwell echoes as another dulled weapon bounces off the middle pillar. For the second time in a matter of minutes, I curse the tie spiral that blocks us from swinging our weapons at the defenders. Right. That's really, I could see how that's really annoying in tight spaces, not really be able to draw your weapons all the way through. The heaving breath of the soldiers around me is deafening, and with every repelled attack, they grow more resigned and frustrated. I have to take charge of the situation. We are winning, but there is no room for mistakes. Right, again, I think we need to check up on what exactly it's gonna do, because, yeah. Yeah, we could definitely do things here that we don't want to do as Toge. Because it's a drill, it's not the real situation. Don't let up, we will overwhelm them. Yeah, that seems like a fair deal to me to take. One at a time, stay alert. Also fairly good, but I think you would probably say overwhelm them. Behind me, I will protect you. Huh. Would he... I mean, he is brave, right? So... I think he would probably go with the latter. He would probably take the frontal point and say, go behind me, folk, I will protect you. Because he's brave and ambitious and all that kind of stuff. So let's go with that one. We will gain some stress, but... you know, we can probably deal with that. Is there more to this event? There should be more to this event. Yeah, there we go. To storm a castle. The castle is ours. Among the celebration soldiers, I find Alexander, who congratulates me on a charge well led. So he was actually not part of the defenders. He was actually part of the charge. But why didn't he lead it? I thought he would be leading it instead of me. Look at them, my lord. The change of pace did them good. Even you seem reinvigorated, even though your castle was just lost to attackers. What? Yeah, I mean, it's true. This is such a silly event. This is the So our enemies will never stand a chance. No, I mean I charge my own guards or soldiers, but whatever. Improved defenses. So we actually do get the improved defenses, and we do get a martial lifestyle perk out of it. I can't really complain about that, but it was a very odd event to have. Let's go in and pick up the lifestyle choice here. Courtship could be good. Knight effectiveness. I think chivalry domains here seems like the best option, but we will probably get both of them eventually. Let's pick it up, and there we go. Nice. And with that, I do also feel like that this episode is coming to an end. I would say it was kind of slow paced, right? It was, but we also did manage to do a lot of things, getting into the Kingdom of Denmark, and, you know, making sure that our daughter is actually married off. Is she pregnant or anything yet? I mean, we should probably get an event, or it should probably say it over here if she was pregnant. Nope, she's not pregnant, but that's okay. I hope she will become pregnant soon enough, because we do need more heirs, right? Or grandsons. But yeah, it was an interesting episode, and I did like some of the new events that I was seeing here. That was really cool. I really loved it. And if you did as well, leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you around next time.